What's up, guys? We are now going to be working on poster number 2 of this movie posters. First things first, go to File New on Photoshop. File New, create a new assignment. We're going to put it set to 11 width, 16 height, 300 resolution. Under our title, let's just name it Poster 2 underscore working. And let's go ahead and create it. And so now our poster should look a little something like this. Yes, that is me, guys. Laugh it all up, take it all in, and then let's get started. Let's go get to work. This is my nephew and a friend of mine. We went out to a trip. Thought that was the funniest picture I could find. That was mine, and I used this for The Hangover from the directors of Old School. Some guys just can't handle Vegas. So now that we have this one, first things first, let's go ahead and file and place, embed it. We're going to head over here and just go ahead and place our hangover poster. And doesn't matter how big, just kind of like so we can kind of see the details of how this poster is and how it looks like. So the first thing here is go ahead and create a new layer. The layer is empty right here. Grabbing our Actually, not yet. We're going to switch over to our gradient. Make sure you select gradient. We're going to click up here. Switch over to this one that is the first one. Yours is going to vary depending on what colors you see here, but just go ahead and click on the first one. Double click right here, and we're actually going to click up at this top color and click OK. Double click on this last one, and we're going to click somewhere in between here and click OK. Then right here somewhere down the center where you see that little hand pop up, we're going to go ahead and press it. You'll create a new one of these little tabs. We'll double click that one and get one of these little yellows that's somewhere in there. And so now we have this cool little gradient that we're going to be using, and we're going to click OK. And with that layer 1 selected and our gradient selected, we're going to click here and just kind of drag down, not all the way down, just a little bit, because what we want to do is create this little effect, but it does not show too much, just a little bit. So somewhere around there I think looks okay, maybe just a little more. There we go. So that looks okay to me. You look at this one, it's just a little brown right there, and then the white starts showing a lot more. So that looks pretty good to me. I'll go ahead and leave it like that. Show that back up. Then the second thing we're going to be doing is go to File, Place, Embed, and then go ahead and click Light Bulb and place that one. Click OK or press Enter. Now here, it's up to you how you want to select it. I tried the selection tool first, but I think this time I'm going to go with let's try the magnetic lasso. Magnetic lasso is just going to kind of try to clip onto the edges. I'm not pressing anything here. I'm just letting it do its thing, and it's slowly grabbing all those edges. So long as I stay really close to the edge, it does its best to grab the edges, but feel free to use whichever tool you want. I just want to show you different methods. And here, I don't want that silver part, so I'm just going to come down this little lane right here and click OK right there. So now I have that. I'm just going to go ahead and press this dude right here, which is a layer mask. That gets rid of everything, and all I have left is the light bulb. So right here, I'm going to select that light bulb, the black and white layer. I'm going to grab my brush tool, right click, and make sure my edge is soft and my brush is kind of big. Make sure I switch over to black, and I'm just going to slowly erase that little edge right there. And then with my brush a little bit bigger, I'm just going to slowly erase some of these edges right here. Just like so. And then I'm going to press Control T so I can resize this, bring it down just like so, and put it up here. Maybe a little bit smaller. There we go. So now that I have that first one right there, I'm gonna hold Alt on my keyboard and I'm gonna make a copy of it. And I'm gonna make more copies until I have just enough to cover the top. There we go. And then you notice that I have all of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight all of them by selecting Shift. Select the first one, hold Shift, click the last one, and you can select all of them. And I'm gonna press Control G. Control G will put them into a group. I can right click, duplicate that group, click OK, and put that group underneath. So make sure you put it underneath and drag those down. So right there as they're dragged down, I'm going to press Control T, and then holding Shift and Alt at the same time, they'll be dragged inwards. And I'm just going to place those somewhere like there, maybe just a little bigger. And this is completely up to you guys, to be honest, how you want to place these. But you want to make it seem like they're going in an angle, which is kind of hard to duplicate, to be honest. So we'll right click again, duplicate that group, and then do the same thing, bring it to the bottom, bring that one down, Control T, hold Shift and Alt, make it a little smaller, and bring it up just like so. And then we'll do it one more time. Right click, duplicate group, click OK, bring it down to the bottom, then go ahead and drag it down, Control T, Shift and Alt, make it a little smaller, click OK, and just drag it up to the top. There we go. So now we have what, I mean, it's not the best, but it's okay. So we can kind of lower these, the opacity of this one down to like around 40%. This one down to around 60%, and this one around 80%. Oops, 80%. There we go, just like so. That looks pretty cool, I think, in my opinion. Looks alright. So let's go ahead and drag our poster up to the top. I just want to be able to see it. So I guess the next thing we can do is this black part down here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and hide it again. I'm gonna grab my gradient tool, click right here, and you'll notice this one is like a color, depending what color you have here, to transparent. You'll see the little gray and white squares. That just means it's transparent. So I'll go ahead and select that one and then click inside. This one I'm gonna select, instead of the white that I currently have, I'm gonna select black to transparent. Black to transparent will allow me to do this. I'm gonna create a new layer, and I'm just gonna go upwards like that, and until I get enough black in the bottom to where I feel comfortable with. Oops, maybe a little higher up. I really want more black. Let's go ahead and press here. I'm gonna move this black a little more this way. Not sure if that's doing anything. If I move this one, here we go. There. So move the top one, gives you a little more black. Click OK and drag upwards. There we go. That looks good. Well, it's okay. I mean, it'll work for now, I guess. That's not really, I kind of wanted more white, but we'll fix the white later. I'll go ahead and put this down here at the bottom and leave it right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my type tool. Now if you have Nexa Bold, feel free to use that one. Hang over. I'll make it big, so Control T, and then just drag it over like so. If you have Nexa Bold, you can use that one. I myself am using Futura, but if I'm not mistaken, I think this is a Mac only font. I could be wrong, but if you have it, use it, and if you don't, then just use Nexa Bold. I'm gonna switch this over to white and just put it somewhere around there, and then I'm gonna make a copy, or if you don't know how to make the copy, just go ahead and click again and type the. Make the a little bit bigger, and we're gonna put it inside the O. So let me zoom in here and put the inside the O, just like so, right? The Hangover. Alright, so from here, we're going to go ahead and grab our shape tool. Make sure our shape tool is set to red. And then we'll go ahead and make a solid small line right around there. It's perfect. I just want to make it a little bit smaller. Just like so. Cool. Alright, so next thing is to add our glowing effect to Hangover. So we'll go over to blending options, outer glow, and select some kind of yellowish color right here, and then play around with this until you have something that you kind of like. It shouldn't be too much that we have, but something like that, I guess, to me looks okay. You can copy my numbers 23, 2, 3, 144. It's up to you guys if you want to copy them or not, but I mean, they're there if you want to. And then click OK, right click and copy layer style, and then paste the layer style in here. So now the also has it. So then we need to type the words that go up at the top. So I'll go ahead and grab this one and click and put from the directors or director of apostrophe, quotations, old school, and then close quotations. From here, I'm going to actually select them so that they're there. Holding Alt and using my arrow keys, I'm going to separate them a little bit. And then just Control T, make them a little bigger so that they take up a good portion of my place right here. And I'm going to move them up in the world. Just kidding. Up on top of the light bulbs. And I'll put it right there. There we go. Then I'll go ahead and hide my image. Grab my red rectangle. Hold Alt to duplicate it. And bring it up to the top. Now, students, if you feel that I'm going a little too fast, that's just because a lot of these things you guys know how to do already. It's just a matter of, using them, learning how to use them to create something. So that's why I'm going through it a little bit quickly. But I mean, you can always pause it and check it again to see what it is I'm doing. But a lot of these things you guys should already know. So that's why I'm going through it a little bit faster here. And so then at the bottom of this, we have to put some guys just can't handle Vegas. So let's go ahead and do that. So grab this one and put some guys just can't handle Vegas. Control A, and I'll bring them in a little closer. Switch it over to black. And put that right here. And Control T and make this a little bigger. There we go. So if you have this one already made and you have these letters typed out, go ahead and select those letters, drag them over to your poster, bring them here. There they are. And we can bring them down to the bottom, place them somewhere right there, press Control T. And let's make this bigger. So I know it was kind of a lot of work to type them out the first time, but hey, now you can use them for all your movies. So there we go. Press T to select it, Control A. We're going to switch those letters over to a nice little light yellow. Right around there. And then holding Alt and my down arrow key, I'm going to separate it just a little bit. There we go. And then grabbing this text, I'm just going to put, forgot what it was. Feel it June 5th. So double click right here. Feel it June 5th, I think. June 5th, not June 5th. And then highlight it and switch it over to white. Click OK. And then let's make this big. And let's put it down here. There we go. So now the hard part, which is selecting us and moving us from this image over to here. So since I already have it made, you guys pretty much know how to do that. You grab your selections and you try your best. You know, you go to your selected mask, right, and you try to remove anything that doesn't belong. Click OK. You know, do what's necessary. Get us out of this wallpaper. By this time, you already did it the first time. You've done it before another, so I expect you guys to know how to do that, because when it comes to the movie poster, you will have to do that yourself. So, I mean, you know, now's a good time. Practice. Since I already cut myself out over here, I'm going to just select all three of us and move myself over to here. And so here I just have to make sure that I am underneath everything pretty much, even this little black layer. Maybe not that one, but on top of it. So there is something that was different here. Okay, so I should be underneath that black layer. And I'm going to just erase on this one a lot of this stuff. So let's see here. Make sure I have soft edges. And then just come in here and erase a lot of this. There we go. That looks much, much better. And let it load because it's loading. Alright. So now that it's done that, you notice that the lights are on top here. So I'm going to grab my group of lights, hold shift, and bring those down to underneath us. There we go. And so there you go. This is pretty much the poster of The Hangover. And so of course this, if you wanted to do something like this, you would put your pictures, get some friends, do some whatever you could. And there you go, The Hangover. This could be called since we went hiking, right? So the hike. The hike over. I don't know, whatever, right? So then from here you go to File, Save As, and make sure that you're saving under your files. Movie poster examples right here, working files, and I have it right there. Poster number 2 working. I'll save this as number 22 because I already saved the first time. Click Save, and that's it, guys. Once you're done with this one, go ahead and save it as a JPEG so you can turn it in. Make sure your JPEG is saved to your documents, and I'll see you guys on the last movie poster tutorial on Friday. Have a good day and peace out.